Welcome back, guys. Today I'm on a quest to find something even worse than pancreatic cancer. That'll do it. For those of you who don't know what Mascot Horror is yet, let me do a quick explanation for you, you silly guy, you goofy goober, you stupid, you Mascot Horror is a term that was coined relatively recently, with it being used to describe a subgenre of indie horror games. The main features of a mascot horror game is that the main antagonistic figure, such characters, are all aimed and marketed towards young children, banking on a young audience for the game's success and often taking place in a location that children visit or is thematically tied to children. These games often have convoluted or unsolved lore to prolong discussion and interest about the franchise, often releasing in chapters to prolong the lifespan of the game. Examples of franchises that fit the textbook definition of mascot horror are Bendini Machine, Five Nights at Freddy's, Poppy Playtime, My Friendly Neighborhood, Garten of Banban, and infamous Mr. Uncanny's Tickle Fun House of Play Hour. Mascot horror is more often than not used as a more derogatory term for a game due to the overcapitalization of the genre, with games seemingly being made for money with no passion and just created to sell incredibly overpriced merchandise.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
Due to the over-marketization towards children, who are fucking stupid, absolute jokes of games with as much soul as a piece of wet lettuce manage to slip through the cracks and somehow end up being insanely popular. Take Garten of Banban as an example. A soulless cash grab of a game developed by two wet sponges that is about as entertaining as having an enema done whilst doing physics homework. Somehow, despite this, 6-year-olds across the globe unanimously agreed that Oompa Loompa testicles covered in spaghetti were scary, bolstering the popularity of the franchise to a level that some indie teams can only dream of. Now, that's not to say that all mascot horror games are bad. Far from it. Some mascot horror games such as My Friendly Neighborhood and Bendy in the Dark Revival clearly have a lot of work, soul and passion put behind them, being extremely enjoyable games that are not just marketed towards children, but a wide audience of gamers. In fact, there are actually probably more enjoyable mascot horror experiences than unenjoyable ones. It's just that people often put more of a spotlight on games such as Banban and Rainbow Friends,
Scary Blue, Jumbo Sauce,
due to how blatant of a cash grab they are. The main thing with mascot horror is that the line between it and indie horror in general is often blurred by people online, who make gross accusations that indie horror is dying, just due to the sharp decline of originality and passion put into the mascot horror sphere. In truth, indie horror and mascot horror are both coexisting and thriving, although one is thriving more respectfully than the other. That, however, is not me denying the current state of mascot horror. It is a cesspit of unoriginal and soulless games, but releases such as My Friendly Neighborhood seem to possibly be turning the genre around, and I'm somewhat hopeful that the reputation of the genre can be saved and lead to some enjoyable experiences in the future. Now I've found something worse than pancreatic cancer. I think my work here is done. Wait. Oh no. Oh no.